Hello and welcome to the new video. Today we're gonna take a look at a Maya Run to a veteran for this season, and I was able to do that with a very interesting team. You see it already on the side. This is the current rank 1 in the world team from Tauntaun. Thanks so much for sharing the team as well. Link to their Twitter is going to be down in the description. Honestly, they always play really fun teams, so yeah, like they also I think got like second place in a regional before with like the Sea King, I think it was. That was kind of madness as well. But yeah, they always have like a lot of fun teams. And here today we're going to have a very special Pokemon as well. We're going to have the Girafarig here. This Girafarig is going to run the False move of Tackle, allowing you to hit basically everything for neutral damage in this current meta, other than I think Hooper and Bronzong. And those are not really that common, especially Hooper, because of it's basically only you have like one chance to get this Pokemon. If you didn't have it then, or like if you pull it up, you have no chance of getting it again. And for Bronzong, it was way more common last time around this cup was around, but it kind of fell off here. I don't really know why, to be fair. When I played, it was still a very strong Pokemon. But anyway, like Girafarig, very, very free. But the cool thing about Girafarig is its typing. Having the normal and psychic type allows you to basically resist Astonish, and Astonish really takes over the current cup. And this is the main reason why Girafarig is so strong right now. And also another reason is the addition of Trailblaze, or like the buff of Trailblaze on this Pokemon, because it's going to allow you to hit something like a Claydol, but also boost your stab tackle attack, which is doing so much damage anyway. And as you're gonna see here, we're gonna be able to take the first battle quite easily. Moving on to the next opponent. We're going to have Rapidash in the lead. This, by the way, basically the worst lead that I've really seen so far for this team. It is still playable. It's just generally a bit awkward to play around this Pokemon. We have a backline that's quite weak to it, especially like the Malamar. And our lead is also not going to enjoy a Mega Horn. You can survive one Mega Horn as far as I know, but like it's not a great matchup for you at all. Anyway, we're going to be able to now go ahead and go into our own Malamar against the opponent's Claydol, which is still going to go for a Scorching Sands here. We can try our best to go for the back-to-back foul play. First foul play is coming through. Is going to be enough to knock them out already. It is, and so we can go for another one afterwards against the Rapidash, which of course can now fully farm us down, which is a bit of a trickier situation for us. They're gonna swap out into their own Girafarig, but like this, we're gonna have a bit of a damage boost here basically against them already, because they got some damage on them before. They definitely gonna go ahead and go for the Psychic Fangs, which is fine. We're gonna try to do our best there as well. There were some issues that I had as well with this team, with the fast moves of Psywave and Tackle. Sometimes they just didn't really go through, which was really annoying and lost me like I think one game for sure. Anyway, we're gonna see here the next opponent going to have Malamar on the lead. This Pokemon is going to be very strong in the current meta. By the way, Tauntaun was running a different Malamar moveset. They were running the Hyper Beam on it, which is also kind of recommended. I just only have like 3 charge TMs, and I still want to battle in a regional soon, where I am most likely not going to succeed too much as well, but I'm mainly there for the fun. Like, I'm not really there to really try hard, so yeah, we're going to see. Like, I have some funny ideas for the regional to try to break the meta. If I'm going to really run them, we're going to see anyway, but yeah, stay tuned for the Dortmund regional. Hopefully I can bring a bit of a spicier one as well there. Of course, most likely a lot of other meta Pokemon as well, but I have some interesting ideas. Definitely some interesting ideas. I wonder which one I'm going to bring. Right now, I have not really built a team yet, but yeah, I kind of want to keep my charge TMs for maybe trying to adjust my team a bit and trying to maybe build some new Pokemon towards it as well. So definitely stay tuned for this one. Anyway, we're going to try to rely here in this battle on the Girafarig. We're going to let the move go through. It's just going to be the Body Slam, which is great for me, as they decide to stay in. We have to use another shield here. And this battle was a bit sad, I would say, because we're going to be able to go for the Trailblaze here, which is great for us. We are going to be able to get them quite low. They can still go for a charge move, but I was thinking that I am most likely going to be like forced here to catch a move from the opponent, but I think I would have been fine if I stayed in. I tried to catch the move, didn't work out. Now they're going to be able to knock me out, which is okay, but yeah, sadly we are not going to be able to win this battle. Could have been definitely winnable, but it is what it is. Next opponent, what do you do in a mirror scenario here? I usually just rather go for the Scorching Sands over the Shadow Ball, but I still go up to a Shadow Ball, so the opponent might be wanting to shield here or something like this. But if you're gonna get the Scorching Sand debuff, which we did get here, you can let the move go through, even if it's a Shadow Ball, which is in this case, we have some lag there as well. You're going to be able to survive it, then you can go for your own Shadow Ball afterward, which in this case is going to land against the Malamar, which is fine. It is barely not doing enough damage though to two-shot them, which is really annoying. I should have stayed in for a bit with the Claydol to get a little bit of fast move damage through against the opponent's Malamar. This would have been a bit more ideal because this is not range yet for the foul play, and this can be a bit tricky for us. But it might be range for us to fully farm down afterwards and get a ton of energy, which I'm going to take here as well. The opponent goes for a foul play, that's all kind of fine for me, as we are going to be able to go up to another charge move now. Foul play is coming through against the Chimecho, and we know already this is the Astonish users that we kind of want to counter with our Girafarig, and we see already it doesn't do any damage at all. We can use all our shields here against the opponent's Claydol, and we can also boost our own attack up, which is going to be very, very nice. Here, this kid's actually going to drop the opponent's defense first. I think that's going to be the better play anyway, as it's going to allow us to get more tackle damage in quite fast, and we might have been even able to deny their charge move, which we sadly were not able to do here. But because we're going to get a ton of energy as well, we are going to be fine, so we can reach another Psychic Fang knockout at that opponent's Pokemon, and we can move on to the next one. But yeah, this team here for sure is something I would really recommend you to try out. The amount of Rapidash, by the way, that I encountered, I think I had like at one time 5 times in a row Rapidash in the lead, which was ridiculous. But yeah, they all played out a bit differently because it really depends if they want to go for Mega Horn first or not. And also really depends on if you're gonna get the 30% chance of the Scorching Sands or not. And here we were able to not get this one, which is kind of okay. And we could decide to just try our best to fully farm them afterwards. We decided to use a shield here, it's going to be another Mega Horn. And so we're shieldless, which is a bit annoying with the Pokemon that we have in the back. But we're actually gonna swap onto the Girafarig because I was a bit scared that they can still get to another charge move, which I don't know if they really would have been able to. But in comes now here the opponent's Malamar. They're gonna go ahead and go for the foul play. I wanted to go for the Psychic Fangs, but we also had a bit of a lag there, so that maybe impacted me a bit. But yeah, we're gonna be in a little bit of a tough spot here, because I wasn't able to get the Psychic Fangs off. If I would have got the Psychic Fangs off, they would have been now in range for one charge move of our own Malamar, but they're not at this point. So I'm gonna go ahead and go for the Superpower, trying to get the knockout with that, which is not going to be enough, and now I have to go for another one, and now we're in a really bad spot, and now we have basically no way of winning this battle. And so yeah, that was not really ideal. They're going to have here Chimecho in the back. It is what it is. Like, again, like this was kind of unfortunate that we didn't get the move off. We're gonna get the attack drop though, which is going to allow us to also still get to a Shadow Ball, and this is going to be game-changing, as we're gonna get this move off. We have them now nearly dead there as well, and so we still have our Malamar in the back lurking. We can go for the full farm down and win the battle. Well, next upon coming through, we're going to have BM. This is going to be a Pokemon we kind of want to swap out. The safe swap here, I think, is with the Malamar. I think Malamar makes the most amount of sense here for this team, basically. And if we're going to be able to realign ourselves, we're going to be fine, right? We have an Astonish user against a normal type there in the back. Like, we should be okay. Not really. Here's the thing about BM, this Pokemon is going to be able to learn the move Dark Pulse. Being super effective against our Pokemon here is going to be a bit of an issue for the Girafarig there in the back, so we cannot really completely rely on it. For example, for Pokemon like the Chimecho, or I guess Hooper as well, you're going to be able to kind of resist everything. But for BM, that's kind of a bit of a different thing because they have Dark Pulse, which is a bit more annoying for us. And so we're gonna let the foul play go through. We're gonna still keep the shield, and the shield is mainly there again for that potential Dark Pulse for later on. That's why we had to kind of keep the shield there. And they're gonna swap onto the Claydol, which is shiny for the opponent, which is really cool. I like the shiny Claydol. Looks really cool, I feel like. But as you're gonna see, the opponent is quite low already, and I'm just gonna try to rely fully on my Girafarig. So I keep the shield for this Pokemon. I keep, basically all the potential here to sweep endgame with the Girafarig. We're gonna try to go for the full tackle down, which works out quite well. Let's see what's coming in next. It's going to be the opponent's BM, and I can go ahead and go for that Trailblaze, doing some not super effective damage, but some decent damage here at least, while boosting our own attack, allowing us to now use the shield, where we have to use it against a potential Dark Pulse. And so we are going to be able to now kind of, win the battle because of how we kind of played around the opponent's lead. Honestly, like, Rapidash is quite ridiculous. You see, by the way, the battles are randomized. So when I said, like, had 5 Rapidash in a row, those Rapidash are not always here, of course, in a row as well. And so we had, like, some battles as well in the beginning there. So that we are already after I hit Veteran. I hit Veteran on the first set with this team, which was a 5-0 set. And I did another set afterwards just so I can make this video here. And honestly, I'm kind of happy that this week is kind of over nearly again. I feel like, of course, I saw on YouTube as well, like, the interest in either Master League or the Psychic type Cup here was not really there, which is understandable as well. Like, it's very small meta, so like you have one meta that's pay to win and another meta that's very small, so like it is definitely kind of understandable, but it's going to be actually very cool weeks coming up. We're going to have the, I think the Gala Cup next. Like, we have like all leagues next, and then we're going to have the Gala Cup the week afterwards. I think we have some Great League Remakes Cup coming up, which is kind of just basically the same as the normal Great League, because most Pokemon that are banned from the Remix Cup were Pokemon that got nerfed heavily this season anyway. But we have a lot of cool cups coming up. We have Halloween Cup, I think, for 2 weeks. So, like, I'm really excited for the rest of the season. I think the rest of the season is going to be great. And I can't wait to really make all of the videos here for you guys. Hopefully you enjoy those videos as well. If you are still here, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel as well if you have not done it already. Would really appreciate it. It is free. And we can see here as well that we are quite lucky. If the opponent got a debuff there, I think they would have been able to survive the foul play. But like this, they don't, and we win the battle. Chimecho is not ideal. We can swap out again in our say swap of the Malamar. In comes the Shadow Girafarig just to complete the hard wallers, which is what it is. We are sadly not going to be able to knock them out with the foul play, but we're going to get them low enough that we can go for the full farmland here as well with the Claydol. I should have waited out the switch clock a bit more, I feel like, but it's going to be okay because I can go for that Scorching Sand and try to force a shield from the opponent. Let's see if this is going to work out for us. It is, and so they are going to even get the attack drop onto them, and I am going to be forced to use a shield here. They go for Psyshock, which is kind of sad because they could have also went for the Shadow Ball, but they're going to have their own Claydol in the back. And we have now the super effective Trailblaze to counter them as well. This is looking very good for us, as now the opponent is going to be in a spot where, wait a minute, we're actually going to get way too low right now. This can be quite tricky now, because we don't have the defense on our Girafarig. We are going to get kind of much slapped down. We can still get the Trailblaze off to knock them out, but we have to rely on our own Claydol to win the battle for us. But we're going to go down here as well, and now it's down if we can get to the Scorching Sand in time, which we cannot, and so the opponent is going to be able to win the battle. But I feel like, again, there would have been some ways of improvement there for myself as well, so I feel like I didn't really play it perfectly. But it is what it is. We can move on to the next Rapidash. Honestly, like, the amount of Rapidash that we saw there is quite ridiculous at this point. You kind of know how I play this. I usually always use a shield on the first one. There were people that went for Body Slam, there were people that went for Mega Horn. It really depends, but I like the option at least to get the attack drop with my Pokemon here first. And as you can see here, they have actually, I think, the Psycho Cut variant of the Malamar against us. They're gonna go for one foul play, and here I feel like maybe I actually made a mistake there, actually. Let's see this. They're gonna go for another foul play. I was like, oh, they should be kind of generating the same energy as I do. But I think because of... I think that's actually not my mistake. I think it's because how the fast move animation is currently bugged, that it just mimics your own fast move animation. I didn't see that they are not Psywave. I thought the entire time they were Psywave because it was just copying my animation. But they were actually Psycho Cut, which we were not able to see in this kind of way. And that's why they were able to generate energy fast. I was like, oh, is my fast move bugged because the opponent got to the energy that fast? No, I think it was just that I just saw my own fast move animation, but not the opponent's, because of the current bug that is happening. And so that was most likely why I got confused there, which is great, because that would have not ever happened if the game would have worked normally. But it is what it is. Currently, fast moves are definitely bugged quite a bit. Here we're gonna see the Rapidash though going up against our Girafarig. We can go for a charge move to try to knock them out here, which is not gonna work because he uses shield, but we can still gonna... it's gonna be a bit tricky there with 1 HP on Dream. Hopefully we gonna be able to get the knockout. They swap out, we can go for the full farmland here. Can we win the CMP tie? We can. And so we're going to be able to win this battle as well with the Girafarig, and we can move on to the final battle of the day. Final battle we're going to have here, the Rapidash against us in the lead. Again, as said before, like, we had this 5 times in a row, and I was like, what the hell, like... like, what are people doing? Like, honestly, what is going on here? Why are everybody running the Rapidash as their lead? But anyway, we're going to see the Scorching Sand coming through. We're going to be able to get some shield there from the opponent. I was a bit slow at like swapping here. I was thinking that the opponent would need a bit more energy to go for the foul plays, but apparently I was wrong, which is a bit annoying because now, I can go ahead and go into my Malamar, but I'm in a very tough spot, especially as I still have the Rapidash, and so I definitely misplayed this battle. I definitely did this, and that is something that I don't want to deny here. This was definitely a bit of a misplay, but I can at least go ahead and go for a foul play against the opponent. It's going to get the shield from them, and we're gonna see that we try our best to get to another one, which we are not going to be able to do, but we have to most likely take a Mega Horn. Oh, never mind, they actually take a Mega Horn here, so we're gonna be able to go for the full farm down. I think it's just a Body Slam. We should be kind of clear here. Let's take a look at this one. It's just a Body Slam. We have a ton of energy. In comes the Chimecho. We can go for the Shadow Ball. This is looking really good for us. It's gonna do a ton of damage against the opponent, and we are gonna see the swap out straight away into the Girafarig. Can we still win the battle? They decide to go for the charge move here. It's going to be most like the Psyshock. Psyshock makes the most amount of sense, exactly. And I was predicting them to swap here, if you were wondering why I went for the Psychic Fangs, because I feel like I had to predict it, because they had too much energy on that Malamar. They would of course go straight for the foul play here, and I was just over predicting there, which at the end of the day, I think was the right call. I don't think I would have won any other way anyway, and so yeah, I don't know, like it is kind of unfortunate of course, but this is gonna be it for this video. This team was really good. Basically all the battles that I lost here as well were winnable if I played a bit differently, so that should show you as well that you should definitely try this team out. Again, shout out to Tonto, link in the description. Thanks so much for sharing the team, really appreciate it, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.